Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing, man? It's your boy, MisterJaay, man, aka Kwame Boy, your bung boy. Adekunle, Adewale, Odokunwoke, Creole boy, Bazinga, Mano. I took it slow so you can catch it. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to yet another episode of me breaking down shit. You dig? It's MisterJaay, man. Hey, one and only host, man. What's good with you? You good? You alright? Thank you for coming once again. Yo, we gonna talk about a few things, man. This right is a no musical reaction. I just want something to put out there. Yo, a couple of weeks ago, people have been asking me, MisterJaay, I appreciate what you're doing, how you go about it, man, and this and that. But I want to tell you how to break down African music in this era, 2021. You ready? So this video is how to break down African urban music in 2021. You dig? First things first, I'm gonna give you a point from MisterJaay's take, man. If you want to be a successful African music reactor, there are a few things you gotta understand. There are a few steps and principles. I'm gonna give it to you right now. You dig? So all of those engaging in the reaction of African music, because the future in music is Africa. People are gonna come to Africa and get a whole lot of ish, man. We've already seen that movement starting with Burna Boy and Wizkid, the Grammys. You dig? So it's like the world's paying attention. You dig? So if you want to learn how to break African music, you got to know these things. The first thing is you got to understand the language. Music has a language skill set. Music is not written like normal newspaper articles. Music has a technique in which it is written. You know, in the US we say bars, this and that. But coming from motherland, you know, those artists that are putting on the continent on the map nowadays, they use, you see that lyrics is blended with their languages. You dig? Sako there uses Ntwi Akan. You dig? Stoneboy uses Ewe. You dig? Burna Boy uses Igbo, Yoruba. You dig? Wizkid, the same thing. All the heavy. You go to Nash to see he uses Zulu. You smell me? So you gotta understand the language of these African artists. You dig? Or if you do not understand the language of these African artists, try to do a research. You know, every title has a message. You dig? Every African artist who drops a song with a title, it has some message. You dig? You might want to read about why he made that, you know, read about the title and then read about the artist's life. Do a little bit of research. You dig? Because I watched a whole lot of foreign and non-Africans. I'm not hating on you guys or nothing. I'm just saying non-Africans got react to music from Africa, and I think they missed a whole lot of things. I am not saying that when you react, you catch every line and everything. I don't. You dig? But I'm saying though, to be a successful African music reactor, try to understand the language from that part at which that song comes from. That is why I do my best. I'm a polyglot. I speak like 5 different languages. You dig? So when I get into a song, I infer meaning, contextual meaning. You dig? I take every verse, I take every bar, and I try to. So you gotta put that, you gotta understand that. You dig? The second thing that you need to understand is the socio-economic situation of that country where the artist is coming from. They say music is a reflection of an artist's environment. You dig? We are all products of our environment. Anthropology tells us that. You dig? It is very difficult to see somebody from, let's say, an Arabic country doing music about the US. It's unheard of. They picture this. Picture somebody like Sako there doing music about situation in Detroit. He's not from Detroit. He didn't grow up in Detroit, so he can only project what he grew up around. You dig? Picture Shatta Wale doing a song about life in Egypt. He didn't grow up in Egypt, so he can only project what is in Ghana. You dig? A picture of Jovi doing something about life in Algeria. He didn't grow up in Algeria. So you got to understand the socio-cultural, the socio-economic situation of that country, because most artists, what I recognize and I've researched and I've come to understand is this: most artists tend to speak about their life coming up into the game, and their life is not about anything. It's about what that environment, that society, what is happening around them, how they came up, how they decided to get into music, what didn't work, and this like that. See, if you put in a little bit of time to research these things, you will understand most of the music coming out of motherland, which is why I can react to any African song, any African music today, because I give myself that time of doing some research to understand. Sometimes I just know about these countries because I studied politics and I read about Africa. I'm talking about from African politics to governance. I read a whole lot of that thing. You dig? I know of these things, so that's why I can break shit down very easily. You smell me? So these are the two things I wanted to talk about. And then the third thing that you need to know to be a successful, I'm telling you, a successful African music reactor is this. You need to know some literature. Music is poetry. Poetry is part of literature. And in literature, we have what we call figure of speech. Literature devices, you dig? Yes, similes, hyperboles, oxymorons, allegation, allegories, shit like that. Onomatopoeia, oxymoron, shit like that. You gotta know all of these things. Metaphors, you gotta know all of these things. Now, this is not just for African reaction, though. You could music around the globe, if you know the literature coming from that part of the globe. And again, literature from Africa. You dig? Nigerian literature is different from Egyptian literature. Cameroonian literature is different from Ghanaian literature, but it's all African literature. There are certain principles around Africa that every African child can relate to. You dig? Corruption, embezzlement, low employment, low unemployment, high unemployment. What the fuck is happening with me today? High unemployment rates. You dig? Yes. Starving, no job, going to school. So you got to understand all of these things, because these things can mold your perception when you react to a song. Now, some songs it could be about love, but love is going to be from the angle of Africa. That's why in Nigeria, people sing my yellow sisu, my sweet popo, my tomato. In America, people don't sing about tomatoes. Nah, they don't talk about my sweet tomato. Nah, they don't do that. So you got to understand all of these things. You feel me? To be a successful African urban music reactor. Now, that being said, there are some reactors who react to African music and some lines fly over their head because they really do not understand that. You dig? It's going to be difficult. Now, I mean, because somebody asked me to talk about, somebody watched the reaction I took about a Crown of Clay. You dig? And they were talking about Jaja for Pogbo, and I broke shit down because I studied a lot of these things. I studied about the Oyo empires. You did the ancient empires, Timbuktu. I studied all of these things. I even studied about African exoteric teachings, ancient teachings of Africa. So that's why I could comfortably get into any artist's mind frame. You dig? Man, I just wanted us to understand that these are some of the rules that you need to know to be able to break down African music correctly. Is there any specific way to go about breaking down music? No. But if you have these things, it's going to help you. You dig? Man, I just wanted to say that, man. I hope you're having a great week, man. Hey, keep your head up, keep doing you, stay focused. To all my reactors, I love you, man. Hey, it's all love. I just wanted to talk about it. I mean, be good, be nice. Peace out.